Oh, welcome ladies and gentlemen, this is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today I start off with a little bit of news. The test server is back up and running, and I went through the trouble of translating the Russian page to finally figure out what the hell was going on with the test server. Because the communication at Wargaming is poor, to say the least, around the test server. They update the Russian website, but the European or the North American website, nope. Not a damn bit of news to be found there, not even why it went down, or if it was down permanently or anything. We had no idea. Well, I found out it was just a small update. They fixed a lot of the lag issues with like the service record. I still think it's too slow though. It still hangs, like statistics is still a delay. Once you've opened it, it's okay, but the second time, again, it lags for 2 seconds, and statistics lags for 2 seconds. Vehicles is okay, awards is fine, it's just the first load after you open the service record is just terrible. So we open it, lag, okay, fine. Awards opens fine, statistics hangs again. There's definitely something still not right with that, but anyways, let's not linger on that too much. They fixed a lot of the issues like the shells. There was an issue if your shells, if you rebalance this and you checked or unchecked something, you would lose the slide bar progress, what you changed, your changes basically. So they fixed that. They fixed a problem with minimizing and maximizing chat. Didn't really notice that issue because I don't really use chat, but they fixed that. They fixed a issue if you set your anti-aliasing to 2 times in standard graphics. They fixed some stuff in the mission window. Your progress wasn't tracked completely. Okay, timed ones now. Okay, this is basically the getting extra experience on a loss. Wait a minute. Oh, that is interesting. So if you get one of these medals, not only do you get the modifier if you lose, you also get it if you win. That makes winning with a Top Gun that much more profitable. Ooh, that is very nice. Anyways, they have not changed anything to the Super Pershing, so if you're hoping for that, as I am, sadly nothing. The only thing that they really only noteworthy thing, I guess, is if you have the top engine in the E75 or the E50 research, the 295 AUS A, if you have that one, which obviously isn't here anymore, you're gonna get your money back if you bought it and your experience back if you researched it. So that's a nice thing to know. And that was about it. So a couple of bug fixes, and that's why the server was offline for a day and a half. But it's a test server. It got patched, which is good. So I'm gonna do a battle so I can regain my Chinese tanks yet again for the 3rd time, and I'll be back and we'll take a look at those. Okay, here we go. Had a god-awful game in the Super Pershing, but it was a victory, so good enough, I guess. The medium tank T-34-3 is what we are going to look at, and I picked up the 2, I would say, closest counterparts. The T-34-2, the 3, the 2, T, no-brainer, and the T-44. Actually, let me grab the new one as well, even though it's a completely different tank, but why the hell not? So we'll put that there and that. There. Okay. So the 1300 hit points is fairly standard, except for the new Object 416. Keep in mind this one does not have a turret upgrade, nor does this one, so around 1300, pretty standard. Weight 35, 31, 34, 24. Well, this is more of a light to medium tank, so let's just take this one out. It's not a good comparison. Okay, I think this is better. Horsepower, or rather the engine, 520, 500, 560. So again, you know, this one isn't upgraded yet because I don't have this one. So once upgraded, horsepower pretty much the same. Speed limit 50, 50, 51, almost identical again. Traverse speed, now this is where this tank is probably going to shine the most. It is the most maneuverable out of all of them, but still 44, 44, 46, not by much. There really is not much between them. If we then take a look at the hull armor, you'll see that it has 90. That is the same as the T-44 and more than the T-34-2, by quite a bit actually. 50 side and rear, again more and less than the Russian counterpart. However, the turret armor is where this tank really shines. 190 frontal turret armor, and it's all very rounded, so the turret is going to be very, very tough to pin on this tank. Side is still 120 millimeters, and rear is only 60. Side and rear is the same as the Chinese. The rear is actually tougher on the Russian, surprisingly. So that's good. Now, the gun. The gun is basically your standard 122 millimeter gun. I'll pull it up in a second. We'll just compare the rest here real quick. Turrets, 46 degrees, 44, 48. So the turret is not the fastest. View range, pretty standard, 380, 380, and 370. So again, nothing special. Signal range 600. Smack in the middle. So far, this tank is very, I would say, average compared to the, two closest tanks. But let's take a look at the T-44's final gun. I don't have that one yet, as you can see. We will also grab the Chinese T-32. Well, let's grab both of these actually, because we are comparing it with 122 millimeter. So let's see if this is gonna work. Yes, it is, and we will grab this one. Okay, so on the T-44 we have a 100 millimeter gun. Lower caliber means higher rate of fire, so you can't compare that directly. Now the accuracy is 0.35, massively better than any of the Chinese guns. So that is interesting. The Russians are more accurate than somebody. That's new. Aim time 2.3 seconds, again much better than the Chinese. So in those stats, the Russian gun wins. Raw power, on the other hand, yeah, you're gonna have to be with the Chinese for that one. Let's just take this one out of the equation because the Russian one is pretty much better, other than the penetration and the rate of fire. But let's just keep the three different tanks and then the similar gun types. So this is mostly your comparison. So you'll see that the premium tank is actually slightly faster than the standard tank in rate of fire, which is quite surprising. The penetration is the same, the damage is the same, the accuracy is better on the premium version, on the 34-3 version. So I know that premium tanks are not supposed to be better, but the gun is better on this one. As stupid as that may sound, the gun is better. Not much, but slightly better. Now, I don't know if this tank, like the T-44, has ammo rack issues. Haven't seen that yet, but I don't know. So, as you can see, I haven't taken it out yet on the third version of the test server. So I'm gonna equip it and see what I can do about my crew, and we will take it out for a spin and I'll show you how it plays. So we'll be right back. As you can see, we have a pretty nice matchup here. Rotation speed of the tank is pretty okay. It's not fantastic, but that reload time is long though. Depression is bad, really bad. It's Chinese. Oh man, am I glad I'm not in a prototype. As you can see, the speed is pretty okay. Be careful there that I don't track myself. I'm gonna go to the northern offensive. See if I can get there. Bloop, 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 bloop. So yeah, the lack of depression is possibly gonna kill this tank. See if we can get a shot off at him. Whoa. Massive lag. Wow. Okay. Well, that's not gonna happen. I didn't even have depression to shoot him there. On a very slight slope, and I just couldn't shoot him. This depression might kill this whole tank. I, for one, hate tanks with no depression. It is just so annoying when somebody is a little bump away from you and you just can't hit him at almost point blank because of it. I so hate that. That is the most annoying thing to me in tanks. So if that is the case with this tank, I mean, there's gonna be a hill here. I'm not gonna be able to, you know, this is the first I can aim down. I can't deal with slopes. I'm going to have to back out like this and shoot like this. I mean, you can definitely do some damage, and, you know, if you do it right, you can be pretty bouncy and hard to hit. Actually, I'm not reloaded yet. As you can see, that tank is hard to pen, T-34-3. And that's what I've been noticing. Whenever I come, across it, I have issues penning the dang thing too. Backing off, Superversion's backing off. Nope, he's coming back up. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Trying to go for his forward plate there, but the accuracy on this thing is pretty bad. Of course, there's no artillery, so that's why this tactic now works. I don't think I would recommend it otherwise. That was a lucky shot. I was aiming for the one behind him. I went into his cupola. Okay. Hey, what is this game without some lucky shots, right? So pushing hull down, that's not gonna work. Ooh, you can shoot. You can see, damage is pretty good. Profit potential, well, we'll see after this game. You can see he cannot pen me. And I can't either. Yeah, 175 pen is tough to get through this tank. It really is. As you can see, a lot of people have issues with hitting me. Ow. Where did that pen? Straight through there? That must have been a premium round. There's no way any of those tanks would have penned there. No way in hell. So they're resorting to premium rounds now. So the T-34-2, oh man, these names, is pennable by this thing in front. Yeah, that was definitely a premium round. I could see the fizzle on the tank. So yeah, they're resorting to premium because they can't kill me. Cute, huh? The turret is not a good thing for me to be shooting at. No. You I will shoot at, and I can miss. I know that this is not the best tactic, but given the amount of the sheer amount of tanks here in front of me, I'm gonna have to resort to these kind of tactics. And the lack of depression, well, you have to work around it. Yeah, I'm just being shot the crap at goal now at this point. The sheer amount of lag here is not helping either. Okay. I have no idea how that thing got stuck there. On depression. And that's the bloody depression for you. You just sit there and wait for your stupid depression to work. And I think that is something that is going to completely kill this tank. Die. My team is massively lost. Yeah, there's no way we can win this. I'm just trying a shot there. It's never gonna work. Just bail. And we're dead. So yeah. What are you gonna do with a team like that? I mean, only 3 people in our team actually got kills. 3 people, that's it. A TD that was sniping, well, you know, it's a TD, so can't blame him for sniping. Me and 1 other tank, and that's it. We had a horrifically bad team. Goodie. So. Shocker. Highest experience on the team, 2nd highest damage, only towards him. Got some spotting damage. Well, he got some spotting damage, I mean. But, yeah. Now, my potential damage received 4,000. So, if people are not constantly shooting gold at you, this thing can bounce shots like crazy. Now, this bug has still not been fixed. Wow. That's a bit annoying. I hope they're gonna fix that soon, because it... oh well. Now, the amount of money you just saw that I made is not what I made, because of all these events going on. They've packed this mission system here. Let's see, we killed one of those types of tanks, so we got money. We got the top 3 metal thingamajiggy, which is the extra experience. Yay! And we had progress on the 1 day of premium account mission. So let's take a look at the detailed stats a bit more. Fired 14 shots, hit 8, pinned 6. Penetration is not great. I did 1500 damage. All of those were standard shells, by the way. I took 15 hits, 6 pens, 9 bounces for 4,000 potential damage. And most of those pens, I would say, were premium rounds, because there's no way they would have penned through my turret at that angle. No way in hell. None of those tanks have enough pen for that, unless premium. So, that's the only reason I got killed there. Damaged 5 enemies, well, that's all not very interesting. 14k ammunition resupply, 7k vehicle. So the vehicle's pretty damn cheap to fix. I mean, less than 8k to fix a completely destroyed vehicle? Pretty damn cheap. Ammo is expensive though. It's about 1k a shot. As you can see, I fired 14 and it's just over 14k, so... I only made 36k, let's leave the mission bonus out of there. So that would be... about 17k profit, something like that. So, not a lot of profit. It was a loss, granted, but not a lot of profit. Just jump in another one and take a look if we can do a little bit better. Well, I'm getting so sick and tired of this. So far, I've been able to have 1 good game in this tank, and it was a pretty damn good game. I'll show you the stats after this game. But I don't have the game anymore because... Good job, moron. Good job. Because one of the developers at Wargaming decided it was a good idea to reset your settings of your frackin' client every goddamn time they update the server. So I just lost the best game I've had in this tank so far. Thank you, Wargaming. Thank you for being a bloody beep. I'm having a horrendously bad time in this tank. I haven't had a decent, good, even remotely good game to show you whatsoever. Well, 1, and I can't show you because I don't have the frackin' replay. Oh, that is so annoying and pisses me off so royally, in case you can't tell. Oh, that is so bloody annoying. Why can't they just leave your settings alone? Stuff like save replays. Of course I want to save my damn replays. If I turn it on for a reason. No crap. We're on the move. I actually hit him. It's a miracle. Now I'm gonna be on reload, so... But he has seen me coming. Darn. And I missed. And he definitely knows I have a very long reload. Luckily he doesn't have a whole lot of depression either. And he just completely missed. Oh crap, he has a friend. I just don't want to get into his view range there. Let's pull back, because I have a friend as well. Meet my little friend. So, the poor depression in this tank is really, really bad. You can see here, I can't even get a decent angle at him. And that, to me, is what completely kills this tank. It's so not functional. Half the time, you can't even point your bloody gun at the target because there's a little bump in the road. If there's one thing that severely pisses me off in a tank, it's if you can't get your bloody gun to point at where you need it to point. And that is definitely like one of those occasions. And that's what I've been having with this tank. Constant battles just to get your gun pointed somewhere. And yeah, you can have amazing games in it because it's a very high alpha gun. The gun is not bad, 175 pen. You know, acceptable. Let me back him up here. Well, it's not a great gun, but it's acceptable. But strikes. Keep him there. I'm on 10. Finish him off, otherwise I will. And I will. Oh crap. Hello, super purging. Shit. I see him there. Now this is a very untrained crew, so I don't really have repair skills. I'm gonna flank him. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna sit here for a second and aim at him. Even almost no health. That's not good. Okay, he just fired and missed. So give me time to get the fuck out of here. Just trying to keep my front to him because I know that 175 pen, it's difficult to pen his front with. It really is. So, again, you know, the only game I had, the only good game, no crap. And we made him miss. The only good game I've had in this tank. And, you know, I couldn't get the recording, and yeah. Now I'm only getting shit, so that's awesome. No, he isn't feeling too clever anymore. Thank you for taking him out. Needed that. I was hoping that... Yeah. I need to get the fuck out of here. Shit. No, that's not gonna help. Just trying to use his wreck as cover and get around here. Nope. So, I can't show you my best game I've had in this tank, and all I can show you is these absolute frackin' shit games I've been having in this thing. Or rather, shit teams, I don't know which one it is. So, I'm gonna have to base my opinion on that. It's... all I'm getting is shit, and shit, and more shit. I've played in this new version of the test server 6 games in it, 7 games, and I've only won 1 game. That's it, 1. I think I have an average of 3 kills a game or something like that. I don't know, 2 maybe. I just cannot get a win. It's top experience, 2500 damage done. You know, the loss. Made 44k minus, let's say almost 20. So about 24-25k profit. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see this tank as a game changer, and I know they shouldn't be, but T-34, definitely a freaking game changer. IS-6, you can push flanks, definitely a game changer. You know, the Super Pershing is in the same boat as this one, it's just Type 59 can definitely be a game changer. This thing is not a Type 59. Take a quick look at the service records. Take a look at vehicles, only in garage. I've done 5 battles. Well, that's odd. I'm pretty sure there's more than 5, but okay. Victory's 20%, so that's only 1 battle. 1.6 kills per game. Damage cost 1800 damage on average a game, and I can't even win. And I've only been making about 25k a game on average. So let's take a look at the detailed stats here once more. 7 shots, 5 pens, 2 bounces, 2400 potential damage. So I bounced a couple of big hits, which is good, but overall this tank doesn't seem to bounce very often. The shots are highly inaccurate, and it takes forever to aim this bloody gun. You have no depression, and this thing is not speedy. It's mobile, but not fast whatsoever. Not a good brawler, it's highly inaccurate. The alpha damage is good, but just getting a damage on target is quite an accomplishment. So overall, I would say that I'd rather drive the Super Pershing than this thing. And I love my T-44, but this thing, it's that depression. I hate tanks with no depression, and this thing is just terrible. Absolutely terrible in depression. It has a couple of degrees at best. So if you like a tank with high aim time, highly inaccurate but good alpha damage, and okay mobility but not great, and did I mention no depression, then this is the tank for you. If you don't like those things, you might want to look for a different tank, because, yeah, I've been having a terrible time in this latest version of the patch server on this thing, and I don't see myself ever buying this thing. It is not a Type 59. If you're looking for a Type 59, this thing is not it. This thing is terrible. This was the game I have no replay of and no video of, because my hard drive was full, so I couldn't record, so I figured, I'll take the replay. Nope. Anyways, as you can see here, we scored top experience, 3rd highest damage, I think. Killed 3, and actually 2 of those were lit on fire. I think it was a Tiger 2 and a... what was the other one? A British heavy, I think it was a Conqueror, yeah. So, as you can see, we made a pretty good amount of profit, so this thing can definitely make a profit, but I've been having so many terrible games in it that I'm starting to wonder if it's even, you know, worth it at all. So, I mean, the gun is just terrible, to say the least. It's barely functional. The damage is good, but getting that damage on target is the hard thing, with no depression, no accuracy, long aim time. But this is my opinion. Do not take my opinion for granted. Go test it out yourself. Go see what you think. You know, I'm sure there's people who can make this puppy sing. I've had a good game in it, so it's not like you can't have good games in it. I mean, the last game 2600 damage is nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. 1800 average damage in a tank I've only played 5 games in. Not bad at all. I would say it's pretty damn good for a tank that I'm not used to, you know, but I just can't seem to win in it. And just can't seem to make a difference, or my team is just hellbound on losing. I'm not sure, but... So, that's what I think about this tank. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.